Hello, Nurturing Parent-Child Relationship Part 3. Dear friends, in Nurturing Parent-Child Relationship Part 2, we saw how the parents can adopt a positive attitude towards their children. In this video, we are going to see how the parents can prepare their children for their future. Preparing the children for their future is the main aim of the parents. What does it mean? It means to prepare them physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, morally, religiously, personally, and socially. Physical development. Physical development is to ensure good health for the children, and to acquire good health for the children, the parents must be willing to spend their time and resources in providing to them proper food, exercises, opportunity for sports, from time to time medical checkups, and visiting the doctors if there is a need, and spending money for proper treatment. This will ensure proper physical development of the children. Mental development. Mental development refers to intellectual development. For that, the parents must make sure that their children get sound education from reputed schools where they are taught not only some subjects which are there in their syllabus, but also they are taught life, the value of life, the value of living properly. For that, the parents have to choose proper schools, colleges, and give them the resources for their proper development of their mind and their intellect. Another thing that the parents must do is to cultivate a reading habit in the children. One who reads a lot becomes somebody in life. When one reads, one develops intellect, memory, world knowledge, and all sorts of development takes place when one reads widely. So therefore, to buy the newspapers, magazines, good books for the children is very important. Some parents even think of having a small personal library in the house where the best books are stored so that children can go to the library in the house and read the best that they can get. And then they can also be made members of some nice library around. Or also now there are libraries on the internet which they can put money into and make their sons and daughters to get the best of the books of the world to read for their overall development. Then emotional development. Emotional development refers to emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman is the one who gave this concept to the world. He says emotional intelligence is the ability to monitor one's own emotions and the emotions of other people, to discriminate among those emotions, and to use this information to guide one's thinking and actions. So we are full of emotions. To understand our own emotions, how they influence us, how they propel us to do things in life, and to monitor them properly, and to understand the difference between different emotions. See, anger is one thing. Anger leads us to certain things in life, certain activities, certain behavior. Fear is another emotion where we behave in a different way. Love is something else. So we have to understand the difference of different emotions and to respond to them in a proper way so that we have proper emotional stability and proper emotional responses to the people with whom we interact in our day-to-day life. Spiritual development. Spiritual development doesn't refer to any religion as such, or your adherence to some religion. It is the children's or a person's spiritual level of depth in the life of the spirit. That means how deep the person has gone in the life of the spirit, in his being and in his behavior. It is realizing that we are not merely a matter, but that we possess spiritual essence. We possess a soul, and it is our duty to realize that spiritual essence. The parents play a very important role in this regard. The parents must make it clear to the children that they are not here only to enjoy life, only to be successful materially, only to have proper things, food and other things, but to strive for higher things of life, where there is love, understanding, where there are higher aspirations and so on. So to realize the higher essence that we are endowed with from the time of our birth, and to live a life of the spirit, that is spiritual development. Religious upbringing. Religious upbringing directly refers to God. It is the faith in God, first of all. The parents should give faith in God to their children. The God they believe in, they must give to their children. Secondly, religious development means that the children should be taught their own religion, different concepts of religion, the faith that the religion entails, the various prayers, ceremonies, feasts, the knowledge of their own scripture, and so on. And to respect that. And sometimes to read the scripture, to visit the religious place, either it is the church or the mosque or the temple, and to have respect for one's own religion. The parents also have to cultivate in the children the respect for other religions also, so that the parents should also make their children to sometimes to understand other religions, their concepts, their faith, their ways of spiritual activities, their worship, and so on, so that there is religious harmony in the society. So parents have to do both, to give them their own religion, at the same time to give them the respect for other religion and to understand what the other religion is all about. Another thing about religious upbringing is to keep the children away from materialism and atheism. Materialism is a theory which says that matter is the only fundamental reality in the world, and everything else, all the other phenomena, is only the manifestation or results of the matter. Now, this is a very dangerous theory. If you believe in that, then only matter is there, nothing else. So there is no God, there are no spirits, there are no feelings like love, affection and all that. There is no afterlife, there is no heaven, no hell, and so on. So then this atheism, which does not believe in God, propels the children to just enjoy their life here in this world as long as they are here. Then they will not think of life after death, they will not think of God, religion, and so on. What will happen is that they will only think of their own happiness. The highest values or objectives would be material well-being and furtherance of material progress, nothing else, no spiritual progress. And if this happens, then the society will be in peril. Disaster effects will take place. Well-being of the human race and also family all over the world will be in danger. Therefore, the primary duty of the parents is to give God to their children and keep them away from atheism. Moral development. Moral development refers to a sound moral character and imbibing values in them. Today what has happened is that the world is losing the sense of sin. Everything is all right. There is no sin. I am not committing any mistake. Whatever I do is right. This is the attitude. Pope Pius XII in 1946 in a radio message said this. Perhaps the greatest sin in the world today is that men have begun to lose the sense of sin, and that we see all around the world today. People are doing things which are sinful and they have no qualms about it, no guilty feeling. For the sake of money, for selfishness, people are ready to do anything, even to kill others, and there is no sense of remorse at all. So many people are caught doing bad things, harming others, harming the ladies, and they don't feel that they are doing something wrong. And that is a very dangerous trend in the society today. And because of that, selfishness is increasing. The spirit of self sacrifice or sacrificing our comforts for others, love for the neighbor, and concern for the poor is not there. Very few people today think of the others. They only think of themselves. I, myself, and my comfort and advancement in the world of materialism, this is what I want to live for, and that is the attitude. Now, parents can play a very important role in giving values to the children. In my human personhood enhancement programs, some boys and girls give testimony about how their parents have influenced them. One boy said that his father, whenever a beggar used to come to their house, would always give the beggar either some money or some food. No beggar has gone away empty handed, he says, in my childhood from our home. A girl said that they had a housemaid when this girl was small, and her mother used to make sure that that housemaid used to get proper food all the time. And sometimes she would also make her hair as she would do to her own daughter. And that has impressed this little girl very much. And she has got love and concern for the poor and downtrodden. A boy said that his parents looked after their grandparents so well that in their old age, the grandparents were always grateful for their son. And he says, I have learnt from my parents that I will never abandon my parents. I'll always look after them when they become old. My dear brothers and sisters, these children imitate us and then they try to follow our footsteps. So it's a great responsibility on the parents to give them proper values. Personal development. Personal development refers to self-actualization. Abraham Maslow, who has given us this concept of self-actualization, he says that there are many definitions of self-actualization, but all of them come to two important points. First is acceptance and expression of the inner core or self. God has endowed us with some quality, with some essence from the time of our birth. Our duty is to find out what we are actually, what we are meant to be, to find out the inner core of our life, to find all the capacities that God has given us, talents that God has given us, to accept them and to develop them to their utmost height, and then to use them for our own sake, for our family, and for the sake of the society. Secondly, self-actualization implies minimal presence of ill health, neurosis, or loss of diminution of the basic human and personal capacities. That means person who is self-actualized is relatively healthy. He doesn't suffer from neurosis, and the basic human and physical capacities are still intact, and he can use them for his life and for the sake of the society. So these two important things, what is the core of our life, to find it, to develop it, and secondly, to keep ourselves in a proper health. The parents have to play a very important role in putting the children on the road to self-actualization. When the children are small, the parents have to observe them and find out what is it that they are interested in. What are the qualities that God has given them? There may be some ability, something that they are good at. The parents have to find it out and then make sure that the children learn those things from a good teacher. They could send them to some training schools of a particular talent like dancing, singing, and so on. And one day you may have a person in your child who may beat the world. Everything depends on the parents. And then lastly, social development. Social development refers to the development of the social intelligence of the persons. Social intelligence is the ability to successfully build relationships and to properly behave in the social environment that we are into. To develop social intelligence, parents play a very important role for their children. To make the children to realize their place in the society, their role in the society, slowly to give them responsibilities in the society, make them aware that each individual has some role to play in the society, and to propel the children to accept the role that is meant for him or her. Then also to encourage them to do some sort of social work, because we live in the society which has given us so much from the time of our birth. And it is time that we start giving back, either through our time, either giving material resources to the society or the people who need those, financial help to somebody, and taking some responsible position, either the social life or political field, religious field, and so on. And the process of socialization, where accepting the role in the society, responsibility, and helping the people around, all this is done with the help of the parents. Parents have to start this process of socialization in their children from the time they are small and as they grow up, and continue to be with them, guiding them and encouraging them. Thus, parents play a very important role in ensuring the holistic development of their children. Dear friends, thank you for watching my video. In the next video, we will continue to look at more ways to nurture the parent-child relationship. Please subscribe to my channel, send this video to your contacts, and request them also to subscribe to it and to send it further to their contacts. Thank you very much. May God bless you and be with you always. Thanks.